I have more time, I think I'll still do a lot because I'll go to the spa, give myself a treat, my nails, so many things to be done, hang out with the girls. It's been a while.
I'll have more time to relax, rest, without thinking of chores and errands that are not yet done, because usually there's no time for me. I'll have my me time.
If I had more time, it would be about my business, upscaling it, not refusing jobs because they've come impromptu. And I would have more time to plan my work and make it a better one.
Honestly, I would love to be with the kids at home, to have enough time with them.
I'll be able to probably do more content, push my business more into people's face, and before you know it, become like the Dangote we're talking about.
I can finally have my social life. I will go out more. I will mingle with friends. I will associate with friends. I can even plan a date.
I'll take my skill more seriously. I mean, I need the time to go for seminars, apply for jobs, even practice interviews, even go for skill acquisition programs because I want to get my dream job.
Now it's harder to get helps, so you have to practically do things yourself. Because I have to juggle home, cooking, and handling the business, it's not so easy for me.
My job keeps me so busy, and even when I get home, I'm either doing some cooking chores. Cooking takes more of my time because I basically do everything from scratch, and before you know it, time has gone.
In a typical Nigerian home, if you're not going to work, you automatically become the errand girl of the house. I mean, you have to go to the market. You have to spend so many hours in cooking, especially that cooking. Imagine cooking for the entire home.
Staying in this Lagos alone, gone. Imagine when you go to work, before you face traffic, you get to the office, you face all your official duties that you have to do. You start thinking of the house, you come back home, you make food. And okay, if it's something you don't have the ingredients at home, you bunch off the market, you will get home, you will make food, you will take care of the children. Where is your homework? What have you done? What did they teach you? Mommy, this one is happening. Mommy, that one is happening. At the end of the day, how would you have time? No way to have time now.
Preparing meals for my family, so juggling between business operation, meals, house chores, family time, adding everything together takes a whole lot of time.
Because I'm a stay-at-home mom, people usually think I have all the time in the world, but honestly, there's actually no time for me. So household chores takes most of my time.
With Addme.
More time for me with Addme.
More time for me with Addme.
More time for me with Addme, an amazing piece there, and it does give you more time for self-love, family, friends, and so much more. Now we have a discussion with our special friends from Addme, Tosin and Chef Nelly. Welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria neighborhood.
Thank you, Titi.
Now, yesterday we had a really swell time with Chef T Spices, and Chef T Spices was able to show us exactly how to put together Addme as a noodle mate for noodles. Now, there are other things Addme has, other products they have, but the noodle mate was just so simple and easy to use. So if you missed it, just go over to our YouTube channel, that's TVC Entertainment. Watch the episode from yesterday so you can learn all about it. But for today, I love the fact that Tosin and Chef Nelly came to come and talk to us about this. Now, if you don't know who Chef Nelly is, where have you been? Where have you been? She is amazing online, and your cooking videos, oh, lovely,
Thank
lovely,
you
lovely.
so much.
Talk to us about your connection with Addme and how it's helped you so far.
Okay, I think my first impression about Addme was I was a bit skeptical because as a chef, I'm used to chopping veggies, chopping everything. Then having to see these products, I tried out for the first time and I was able to get that natural, flavorful ingredients and saves time as well. So I'm like, who is this? So the product is amazing. First impression, and I also feel like the content we put out there for Addme is also beginner friendly.
Sure.
And it's quite easy to navigate around. Yeah.
Beginner friendly.
Yes.
So if you've not tried to, you know, really
cook.
Yes, exactly.
It's quite easy. Even the guys, I mean, it's quite easy. You can just buy Addme. You don't need to stress yourself. Just final touch, you know. And
we showed you exactly how easy it is to use this product yesterday. You need to watch that if you didn't catch it before. But let's talk to Tosin. Now, Tosin is on brand now, and she was probably right there when the team was discussing the creation of some of these products, because there's a whole range. Talk to us about that process.
Okay, so Addme was born out of that understanding of some of the challenges that many Nigerian women encounter in the kitchen. Yeah. And when I talk about the challenges, I mean the first challenge I will talk about is the time, you know, that goes in cooking. You know, when you want to cook, you know, most of those things that take this time are washing, cutting, cleaning, you know, prepping before even the actual cooking takes place. So all of these things put together, they take a whole lot of time. And apart from the time, part of it, what about stress? You know, cooking is so stressful, and especially when it comes to using vegetables. You know, when you want to use vegetables, you have to source for the vegetables. You have to come back home, you wash, you scrape, you chop in bits. You know, all of these things, they all require a lot of efforts, right? So, with this in mind, we want to create a solution that simplifies the cooking process, reduce cooking preparation time, and above all, enhance overall cooking experience. So this brought about, you know, Addme. And what is this Addme that we are talking about, you know? It's a 3-in-1 combination of mixed vegetables, protein, and seasoning all in a pack. So with Addme, you enjoy your convenience, you also enjoy your tasty and nutritious meals.
Okay, so it's interesting you should touch on taste and nutrition. Those two words are very important to the average Nigerian. Taste first before nutrition, because people sometimes people eat all sorts of things. But how did you put together a product that didn't compromise on taste? Because that's the first thing for the average Nigerian. And then nutritionally speaking, is it still the same nutritional benefits as your fresh vegetables?
Okay, so I will start by saying that the vegetables in Addme are made from fresh vegetables. Okay. They've been taken through a process which we call the freeze-drying method.
Freeze-dry?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this process helps that, you know, the natural flavor, the nutrients, just like you mentioned, and also the texture are still intact. So with this, you're able to enjoy a nutritious and, you know, tasty meal. Despite the fact that it is freeze-dried, you know, it is dried, you can still enjoy, you know, a tasty and nutritious meals.
I have to say, tasty and nutritious meals are not so simple to put together. And being a chef, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
But then chefs cook commercially for clients, but then they also have personal lives. Yeah. So talk to us about how you've incorporated Addme into your personal cooking.
Okay, Addme is actually a time-saving ingredient. Okay. You need it for all the meal. So as a chef and also having too many clients, I've always struggled in the kitchen, trying to chop veggies. You know, when you always have to send out food immediately, and you know how hungry clients get when they start texting, you need to send this food right now, where is the rider and all. So having Addme product has helped me a lot. It has saved time. It's very stressless, and it saves a lot of time fraction. So here, Addme is also nutritious, and after cooking, it also gives you that natural flavor, right? So the clients are happy, I'm happy, I have time for myself, I have time for my content, I have time to do other things, to be a baby girl, of course.
Of course, we can see, we can see. Now, it's so interesting when you have products like this on the shelves, you need to encourage people to buy. Yes. You know, people are sometimes worried about things they don't understand. So let's talk about the impact on the, the market itself. This was something that wasn't really in the market. It's brand new, it's fresh. Were you ever worried or in doubt about the impact on consumers?
So when we first started, because people are not so used to this type of product, so we did a lot of product education, awareness creation. We did a whole lot before, people started accepting, because just like you mentioned, when people see it at the first, they see it at the first time, they think,
that
what is this?
Yeah.
It is dried, it is not healthy.
Yeah.
But with brand education, we went all out, we educated people, we educated consumers about what it's about, how to use, and then, yes, people accepted it actually. And so far, the brand is doing okay.
Okay. Now, speaking of the brand options here, I can see we have not just a noodle mate. So the noodle mate has 3 variants, as I can see here. I can see chicken chunks and vegetables. Then there's crayfish and vegetables.
Yeah.
And then there's a classic. So the classic doesn't have protein in it. It just has vegetables.
Yes.
So if you already have your protein ready at home, you can just add the vegetables. Now, you also have something called the pasta mate.
Exactly.
So that was interesting to me, because not everyone is interested in noodles, but some people love their pasta. They can't go without it.
Yeah.
So the process of cooking both, they're a little different, right?
Exactly. Yes, they are. So let me start with pasta mate. So for pasta mate actually it's a blend of vegetables, protein, and sauce mix. Okay. So we have 2 variants, just like you mentioned. We have the red sauce, we have the white sauce. Okay. So for the red sauce, the red sauce gives this jollof vibe. Jollof pasta actually. And for the for the white cream, it gives this creamy pasta vibe as well. So and another thing is, for Addme pasta mate, you enjoy your restaurant style meal at home.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to restaurant to enjoy a delicious meal. So basically that's it about the pasta mate. And for the, just like you mentioned again before I move to the noodle mate, so pasta mate actually it's only for pasta.
Okay.
It's for pasta, but for noodle mate you can use it to prepare any type of meal. Your rice, your noodles, your pasta, your even porridge, egg sauce, just name it, anything. As long as you can use vegetables, then you can use Addme. So Addme, it has vegetables. When I say vegetables, I mean it has your onions, spring onions, chili pepper, green bell pepper, carrots, and sweet corn. And it also has extra proteins. That's chicken and crayfish, and it has seasoning. So all you need to make your complete meal is already there.
Okay. So can I ask you something now? For noodles, for noodle lovers, they know that there's already a sachet of spice inside the noodles. Can you use or can you exchange the Addme spice for the noodle spice, or do we use both together?
Very good question. So we got such question even from our consumers. So we recommend that it's either you use noodle seasoning sachet, noodle seasoning, or Addme seasoning, or you use half of noodle seasoning and half of Addme seasoning, because if you use both, it might be too much. Yeah. So
okay, all right, fantastic. And I learned something yesterday. For the standard noodle pack, it's 2 noodles per Addme.
Exactly.
2 noodles per pack of Addme.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chef Nelly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Tosin, for coming to talk to us about Addme. And yes, noodle mate and pasta mate, Addme. And I know there are probably a few other things in the pipeline for this particular brand. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to be taking you to the kitchen at this point. Will you join us?
Yes.
All right, let's take a stroll.